morning to you all, my dear students. Now we are going to see first poem on his having arrived at the age of 23. Once again I repeat the title of the poem, on his having arrived at the age of 23, written by John Milton. Let us learn brief about John Milton. John Milton was born in 1608 in England. So he is English poet. He is one of the greatest poets, polemicist, man of letters. He wrote religious flux and political upheaval. Here we have come to know polemicist. Polemicist means a writer who always engages with diametrically opposed, or we can say controversial literature, controversial literary things. He is a man of letters. Other way, he is a scholar. He wrote religious flux and political upheaval. Both blends can be found. He wrote about religions and also he wrote about politics. He is the author of greatest epic poem Paradise Lost. He is considered as the most popular, famous, familiar and significant English authors after William Shakespeare. He became blind at the age of 44. He has many literary works to his credit. His famous poems are Comus, Lycidas, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. He died on 8th November 1674. Then he was 65 years old. He is known as master of grand style. This is a sonnet. You know very well, sonnet has 14 lines. They are written in iambic pentameter. Each line has 10 syllables. One short syllable, the other one a long syllable. You know about syllables. You would have been learnt in earlier classes. Monosyllabic, disyllabic, trisyllabic, polysyllabic. Monosyllabic means a word which has only one vowel sound is called as a monosyllabic. A word which has two vowel sounds is called as a disyllabic. A word which has three vowel sounds is called a trisyllabic. A word which has more than three, they are called a polysyllabic. The title of the poem is On Having Arrived at the Age of 23. John Milton. How soon hath time, the subtle thief of youth, stolen on his wing my 20th year. My hasting days fly on with full career, but my late spring no bud or blossom sheweth. Here, how soon hath time, how fast time, the subtle thief of youth. He completed 23 years means he lost all his youth days. He says that time has cleverly stolen all his youth on the wing. On the wing, generally what used to have a wings? Birds. On the wings means he compares a time as a bird. Bird had taken all his 23 years of his age. That means his childhood has been passed, his teenage has been completed, now he steps into manhood. My hasting days fly on with full career. Right from the beginning, he was continuously working hard for his career. And it was just like a hasting days flew like anything. When he recognized and when he realized that he lost all his childhood and teenage and now he stepped into a manhood having a 23rd year, he felt that his days went on very fast and that too he compares that those days have gone in a hasty way. And that too his youth had been taken away by the bird's wings hastily. And at the same time, but my late spring no budded blossom sheweth. He says, in his life, there was a very late spring. There are 4 seasons are there. You know it very well. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. 4 seasons are there. Spring season is meant for buds. That spring season, as if it entered in his life late. Why he says like that? Whenever spring season comes, spring is meant for hopes and aspirations. So that spring season set into him when he was 23rd year. So that's what his late spring had no bud or blossom suyat. Though he reached 23 years of age, worthy or valuable or useful products, or we can say literary works have not been developed by him. That is what he was very pensive, though he reached 23 years of age, that he could not produce anything worth valid. Perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth, that I to manhood am arrived so near, and inward ripeness doth much less appear, that some more time happily spirits endureth. Here, perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth. The poet feels he has already reached 23, but at the same time, his appearance is not up to the mark. That deceives people. He knows very well that he has reached 23 years. That much physical appearance is also not very fine. And at the same time, that I to manhood am arrived so near. Almost he has finished his teenage and he has come to manhood. Manhood is nothing but an individual should yearn for his bread and butter. At the same time, he should do some innovative work. He should do some worthy work. Either he has to service to other people or he has to produce something. He was unable to do those things. And inward ripeness doth much less appear. Physical standards were poor, but he has reached the manhood. That some more timely happy spirits endureth. Perhaps he would have been allowed to have that happy spirits. He doesn't know that. He thought that he was allowed to have some more happy days like that without feeling responsibility. Let be it less or more, or soon or slow, it shall be still in strictest measure even to that same lot, however mean or high. In the above stanzas, the poet was disappointed. The poet was upset. The poet was regretted. Why he was regretted? His physical standards and mental standards were not up to the mark to produce innovative things, worthy things, or the things which can be useful for other people. At the same time, he also felt that by the age of him, other people could able to do wonders, miracles. He compared them and got disappointed. In the subsequent stanzas, he felt a little bit confident that he thought that would come. His intelligence would ripen less or more, soon or slow, and also in mean or high. He was very sure that will happen. He is going to meet them. Of course, it may be a lesser, or it may be higher also. He doesn't know that, but he got a confidence. That is the thing he does say. For all this confidence, who is behind it, that he is going to tell here. Toward which time leads me, and the will of heaven, all is, if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmaster's eye. The poet felt time will lead him. Already he has reached 23 years. He knows it very well. But of course, his physical features and mental features may deceive him. There is a deception because he doesn't have that much standards. At the same time, He has improved his capacity. Time will heal all the problems you would have been come across. Similar such way, time leads me. In the previous stanzas, he did also say that in his anger, that time is personified, and time is a bird which has wings and taken all his youth even before he could able to recognize himself. Similarly, towards which time leads me, and the will of heaven. Will of heaven is nothing but Almighty. According to the will of heaven only, one will get his own peace and prosperity. That's what all is, if I have grace to use it. So as ever in my great taskmaster say, everything is a pre-planned one. My taskmaster, the Almighty, is looking at everything. What I need to do it, he will provide to me, and he would reach his goal or aim and so on. So such a way he had his faith on taskmaster. He also believed that everything has been pre-planned, whom to be given choice, whom to be made the people to be, all those things are at the eye of the taskmaster. At the same time, the poet also says that he was persistently working for it. But he was sure that he would do a innovative thing. At the same time, whose grace was expected, God's grace was expected, and already everything has been determined, so that he expected his taskmaster would give every boon to him.